At the end of the day, like Riri. So I hate to say it this way, right? But like, it's tough because Riri's she's a genius, right? So like in people's minds, it's well, if you're so smart, then why are you doing dumb kid things? Because she's still a fucking kid who makes dumb kid decisions. Yeah. Like that's reality. Like she's super smart, but she's also a kid.
But here's my gripe with this one.
Yeah.
She didn't change.
She didn't change. That's true.
And that pissed me off.
I will give you that.
There was no redemption of her character or the character flaw that saw in her.
By the way, salute everybody. Cheers. I have no more drinks left, so cheers.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm finished.
So cheers. We're gonna get into Ironheart. You guys had a lot to say about our Ironheart video last week, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the engagement.
Because obviously you had so many kind words to say about how horrible people we are. And
I didn't see your comment section.
Oh, when you get a chance, you should go check the comment section of our Ironheart video. It's great. It has so many kind words. People love us so much. It's awesome.
Each of us. It's amazing because there's a comment for each of us.
Each of us.
There is.
So you said it was a very colorful comment section.
Yeah, it's colorful. It's colorful. It's great. I love it. Because we're not allowed to like something or say that something's not complete dog shit. Because a lot of people don't like it or feel a certain way about it, and that's okay because everybody who has a channel is entitled to their opinions. And if you have, and guess what? If you have this keyboard, you're also entitled to an opinion. But most of you post shit and don't have pictures up next to your name, so you're all really adorable. Just so you know, it's fine though. So anyway, we're gonna talk about Ironheart, the season finale, and everything that it entails. And you'll probably rip us apart on this one too. And guess what? We really appreciate it as well. So let's get right on into Ironheart, the season finale. Obviously 3 episodes. Man, there's a lot to go over.
What are you gonna say? Give me your 3 episode synopsis. Like, what do you think after the last 3 episodes? And then we can get to details after that. But just what do you think?
Personally, episode by episode, or what? Or am I just saying
overall? Just like the culmination of it all.
Oh God. Episode 4 sucked. Episode 5 was okay. Episode 6 was pretty good until the weird ending. I had a good time with it until the weird ending. That's really where I'm at. Like I
said it in the chat. I really started to like this movie until they stuck it in the wrong hole.
Oh no, not the wrong hole. That's crazy.
It's the wrong hole. That's how I felt. That's how I felt about it.
That's crazy.
I felt like it went in the wrong hole.
How'd the Diddy dinosaur get back here? I don't. What the
fuck? I'm so serious. We'll get into it, but that's how I felt. Like the episodes leading up, I was like, ooh, and then they went into the wrong hole. I was like, what? Wait.
I thought. Listen, I thought the pacing was kind of odd, honestly. Like it was odd. Like it went like this. They
had to wrap it up.
It like went all over the place for me. And like I said, I'll say again what I said last week. I didn't find myself like, oh my God, I fucking hate this. I was just kind of like, okay, like it's fine. I'll tell you this right now. I'll let you guys talk because I feel like I've been talking a lot because I actually have to go do a bathroom break anyway. I will say this. Every fight scene in this fucking show, I hated. Every single fight scene. I hated every fucking fight scene through the whole season. I fucking hated all of them. Every single fight scene, including the last fight scene between the Hood and Ironheart. Fucking horrible. Hated it.
It was dope. What are you talking about?
No. Stop.
It was exactly what it needed to be, bro.
No. No fucking way. No fucking way. No. I didn't believe a single fight scene in this whole fucking series. Not one. Not for a minute did I believe. No, not fucking one. Not ever. At any point, Whitecastle, security guard, not one fucking fight scene was believable. Not a single fucking one. Swear to God.
I believe the Whitecastle.
No.
Sliders.
No,
But you gotta
what I
get
have
sliders,
no,
bro.
no.
The robo arms.
No,
The
stop,
robo
stop,
arms.
stop, stop, stop.
Wait,
Wait.
bro. Come on.
No, I literally have to pee, so I'm gonna get this off and I'm gonna go take a piss right now. Ready? How did these two fucking chicks beat the shit out of grown men for 4 or 5 episodes of this fucking series, but they struggled with Ironheart outside of the suit? She was
She's
whooping
swirly.
them. Stop.
She's swirly, bro.
Bye. I'll be back. Bye. No. It makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. None. No sense.
son,
She's a 5'2" chick outside of her Ironheart suit. Stop. No, it makes no sense.
Her ass, bro.
No, she put them in a bubble. Stop. It's stupid. It's really stupid.
Genius, son. She
No,
was
it's
genius.
stupid. Stop. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Bye. I'll be back. Bye.
I was a smart. I was smart, bro.
Yeah, listen, she outsmarted them, but I have to kind of agree with him. Like all the actions, but listen, but this goes back to what I said last week, bro. If Saved by the Bell and the live action Teen Titans show had a baby,
Saved by the Bell, son.
yeah, Saved by the Bell and the live action Teen Titans show had a baby, it would be Ironheart.
Oh man.
So it always seems like there's going to be all of this vicious action, and when it happens, you're just like, yeah, that couldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened. Like, I have to agree with him. Like, they was in there kicking grown man's asses, but with her, she's like dipping and dodging. And listen, and I love shows where I call it Jackie Chan action, where there's fighting, but he's like using everything around him to fight. So, you know, he's like opening the door, and you know, like.
She got smart, man. She was smarter than them, son.
They had the brawn, but she had the brains, and brains is always going to win.
Putting them in the bubble was smart. Like I know
and the thing is, they can't say they didn't explain how that worked, because remember what happened in the previous episode where her mom was watching X-Files and a gunshot went off and they put her in the bubble. So it reacts to the gunshot. So that's why she knew when they shot at her, it was going to catch that bullet. So she knew it was going to happen. So
it was kind of a hope more than a no. I think I think she was hoping it would stop the bullet.
Yeah, I got so upset I needed another fucking drink. I got so mad just now. I needed another fucking drink.
Go ahead, Chase. Finish off.
I'm just saying, like I just keep saying, like, it's Disney Plus's platform. It's general audience. I gotta say this. I did not hate the show, and these I haven't finished watching the last episode, but these last 3 episodes have made me like this show a lot, because from a family level of show, there's a lot here. There's a lot here because until she
TV-14, not general audience.
Yeah, it's like 14. This. But I said this last week. Me and Leo were arguing about this last week. Like, bro, this is preteen TV. This is 13, 14.
There's a lot of cursing in this though,
and you got ripped apart in the comments for it too. Just so you know, you got ripped apart for it last week too. Just so you know,
Saved by the Bell.
You got ripped apart, bro.
I don't care. Anybody wants to smoke with me, I'm around. It's not a problem. You know, it's still preteen TV, 13, 14. You know, it's still Saved by the Bell for me. I don't care.
And one thing that I also liked about this is that this show actually did something that I hadn't seen a lot of MCU shows do in a while, and that's start off slow and then ramp up at the end, where a lot of shows do the opposite and start off heavy and then just drop. That's what happened with Daredevil. It started up here and then just drop. With Ironheart, it started here and it just kept going up and up and up. And that's how a show is supposed to go. It's supposed to start and then move up, not start up here and then drop down here and then stay down there.
I can agree with you. Episodes 4, 5, and 6 were better than 1, 2, and 3 in Ironheart for me. They were. Like you, there's no denying that they were better, in my opinion.
I still have issues with this though.
I mean, I do too.
I have issues with it. But go ahead. Leo, what you got to say?
Oh, go ahead.
He's sitting there all quiet. Well, what's the matter, brother?
Leo liked it.
It's not a bad show. But I'm telling you. But this is what I have to say. it gained a half a point for me. That's it.
Okay.
I had it at 7.5, and at the end, I put it at 8. That's it.
Okay.
I would say this. This is one of the
Okay.
better Disney Plus MCU shows.
Yeah,
that we've
for
seen
me,
in a while.
it's definitely one of the better shows. It's definitely one of the better shows, and it's definitely more relatable, and it's definitely. I don't know. I liked it. For me, it made more sense for me.
Be careful.
No,
Be careful.
I'm going to hate this now.
Be careful calling it relatable, because now people are going to say you depict all black people as thieves. So be careful what you say.
Okay,
Wait.
we can jump into that one right off the bat.
I want to say something real fucking quick.
That's reality. That's what they said in our comments.
First off, this is the internet. You don't know me outside of this fucking internet. You don't know what I've been through outside of this fucking internet. So if I say it's fucking relatable, it's fucking relatable to me. I'm not trying to gain your fucking opinion or gain your fucking trust or gain anything out of you. I'm talking from my life experiences, my life. It's relatable to me. That's what it says to me, motherfuckers. If you don't like my opinion, fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, basically what he said. But let's.
I'm a grown ass fucking man. I do this to entertain and to bring joy to people's lives and try to tell as much facts as I possibly fucking can about a show and about a culture that I like.
I will say this, right? Because I know we kind of skimmed over it a little bit more so last week. I can understand the side of racial stereotyping from that perspective, from people's perspective, but I can also kind of, when I sat back and really thought about what you guys said last week, and I was like, but this is kind of what Chicago is, and that's the setting. Not all of it. I'm not sitting here saying all of it, but it's part of it. So it's like, how much are you like, oh, we're going to depict somewhat of what Chicago is versus we're just going to make it a story about a smart girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to be so blunt, but like...
But see, first of all,
like
she was already in a double-edged position. I'm gonna put it like this:
100%. She was in
a double-edged part anyway. Because on one end of the spectrum, if she didn't go through anything, they would have said she was a Mary Sue. If she goes through something, then it's because she's a product of her environment. So she wasn't winning.
So I'm assuming you didn't catch our video last week. So I assume you so last week I literally said on this podcast, I said there was no winning for her. That was literally my argument. She couldn't win this fight. It was either she was gonna be too hood or she was gonna be too smart, and it's not realistic, and there's no middle ground. Like, do you agree with that statement? There was no winning for her in this situation. It didn't matter.
Listen. People already were starting to say that before right around when the first trailer dropped back in May. People already had their preconceived notions before the show even came out.
It was what it was.
Well, listen. Let me first of all, this notion about stereotyping is bullshit. Because if she were a young white kid who had built a robot and lived in a suburb some fucking where, nobody would have anything to say. But because she's from an urban environment and she's a black girl, it's like, oh, she that doesn't make sense. Like, what? It's a story arc. You start from one point and you go to another point. Not every character in Marvel or DC started out with a good guy or a good girl whose morals were not conflicted. What I love about this show, let's be clear, is that she has to navigate something that all girls, regardless of age, go through, where they have to choose between what to do with their genius and what to do with their emotions, which is constantly presented on a silver platter in this story. And every time it's presented, like, listen, it's gonna be sassy. The conversation is gonna be sassy because of who she is and where she's from. That's not a problem. That's only a problem to those that don't like the culture or don't like the color of the skin on the screen. I don't really give a damn. If you don't like it, change the damn channel. But you're sitting there watching it just so you can have something to say. Who cares?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole thing, right? Is that and I hate to say it this way because it opens up, because trust me, I've scoured the internet about this stupidity because I love to, like, so like here's my thing, right? And I'll make these 2 points. I saw comments from, well, this is why the Ironheart comic book also sucked. Okay, bro. Then don't fucking watch and don't fucking read.
But
then don't
here
fucking
you
watch
are.
and don't fucking read.
Because they
And
need
my-
more
and-
engagement.
and my other thing is, like, and I'll just say this point, and I'll let you guys go, because like I said, I feel like I talk too much sometimes, which was also said in the comments. Shout out to you. What like and you know what? Fuck it. I'll put myself on the big screen for this. This way you can extra hear me talk. Would Iron Lad have gotten this much fucking hate? Would Iron Lad have gotten this much fucking hate on the internet?
If they picked
Would it have?
Harvey Kiner from Iron Man 3.
I'm not stupid, bro.
And he's little decide to build an Iron Man suit. Would it be a problem then?
No.
And also too, that's another thing too. A lot of people wanted to do some revisionist history when it came to this show, when they kept bringing up Tony Stark and him building the stuff, the suit in the cave. I mean, the constant reworking that they tried to do and trying to say that, oh, Tony went and did this and Tony went and did this. I kid you not. When people kept saying about her being a criminal and a thief, I went and researched every MCU character that did something criminal, from top to bottom, even the villains and everywhere in between. And when I tell you the vast majority of them have committed a crime,
You don't have to go that far.
You have
Iron Man was a freaking Tony Stark was a fucking gun runner, bro. He was an arms dealer. He was an arms dealer.
Technically, he wasn't.
Where did he get caught? On the fucking enemy's land, displaying his tech for the good guys in enemy territory? Why the fuck was he over there? Why couldn't he do that shit in the desert of Colorado or some shit? No.
And look at. I mean, if you want to talk about a different, and if you want to talk about a different character, look at
arms dealer, bro.
If you want to talk about a different character, look at Wanda. She enslaved an entire town because she was grieving, and she thought she was doing the right thing. I mean, when we first get introduced to Cassie Lang and Quantumania, where's she at? In jail. Literally, that's the first thing we see her do is getting out of jail.
That booger sugar, man. That booger sugar do it to you, son.
Okay, this is the thing with every superhero character. You guys are people are taking this and they're trying to flip it to make their narrative adjust to whatever they're thinking, without doing the research of the character, without doing the research of the history line of the character. If you're talking about all the bullshit that was going on, if you guys really want to dig into Tony Stark, the first Iron Man had a sex scene inside of it.
True.
He treated women like shit.
Damn right he did.
But we praise him,
though. Billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Tony Stark's words are saying, Loki is a diva. He wants to see his name in big lights, and he wants to be, oh shit, in Avengers. And where did he run to? His Stark Tower. So what makes him a diva?
Basically, what they're saying that not every person that is in the MCU is a saint. Not every last one of them.
Thank you.
Well, the point is you're building the character. Like that's the whole thing. It's the story arc, right? Like at the end of the day, like Riri. So I hate to say it this way, right? But like it's tough because Riri's she's a genius, right? So like in people's minds, it's, well, if you're so smart, then why are you doing dumb kid things? Because she's still a fucking kid who makes dumb kid decisions. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's reality. Like she's super smart, but she's also a kid.
But here's my gripe with this whole thing is, she didn't change.
She didn't change. That's true.
And that pissed me off.
I will give you that.
There was no redemption of her character or the character flaw that people that saw in her.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but. Because you're referring to the ending, how it ended, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But was the ending an illusion? That's the whole thing. Was the ending an illusion?
Because technically, we didn't see her shake his hand.
Right, you don't see her shake his hand.
But you do see the line form up on her arm.
But is that Mephisto? But is that Mephisto's vision? Is that Mephisto seeing her in that light? It's open-ended. That's the thing. That's what pissed me off. Is the end of the series is open-ended. You don't know what the ending is of it.
I guess you'll have to wait.
What you have to leave. What you leave with. She made the deal. You leave with that she made the deal. She asked the question, "You're only coming for me, right? You're only coming for me, right?" And he was like, "Yeah."
No, I left more confused.
And then nope. I felt as though she made the deal.
No, see, I left more confused. I didn't leave it saying she made the deal. I left saying, I don't know if what I just saw was real or not. That's what I literally left saying. That's 100%. I'm telling you.
This is the thing about understanding about Mephisto. Mephisto is not Satan.
No, he's not.
He's not.
He's a demon, right?
He's a demon. Yes,
he's a
demon that makes deals, and the way he gets power is through the deals and through getting. I
also say that he's just dope. Can I just say
wait? Can we actually say Sacha Baron Cohen did his thing, bro. Come on. Sacha Baron Cohen did his thing, bro. Come on.
But every time, leading up to this, and how you was always imitating him, and he came on, I was almost expecting to hear it.
If he would have said a very nice, I would have fucking.
No,
he would have said a very nice. I would have fucking.
No, he went from going to say it. Thank you very nice to thank you for your sacrifice. That's literally And I like one thing I like too is he switched up between like 3 different accents, and it flowed so flawlessly.
That's what it worked.
Did y'all peep though? Because a lot of people didn't catch it when he picked up the spoon. He saw his reflection, his real self in the reflection of the spoon. It was just a little glimpse. If you blinked, you would have missed it. So I like that they did that.
I have the picture.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you was able to see it. But one thing that I did like about especially with episode, was it 4 or 5? I can't remember which one. When Riri and her mother go to the magic shop.
4?
Was that 4?
I think it was 4. I'm pretty sure it was 4.
When they go to the magic shop, and speaking of another person that got a long resume, shout out to Cree Summer. Because
baby.
Her lengthy voiceover acting resume is crazy. Insane. And the fact that they got her to play this role, I said that was perfect for her.
That was good.
And they went there, so now we get a tie-in. They mentioned Carmitage, they mentioned Doctor Strange, and a lot of people were saying Strange Academy, which is basically the Hogwarts version of for Marvel. Because they said that's what they.
One point, Torian. She also ties into Doom.
Right.
There's a tie into Doom there too.
She does. She's a teacher at Doom Academy.
At Doom.
Oh, okay. I learned something new tonight because I didn't know that.
Yeah. So her character is what was Zelma Santon. I did a little fucking thing. Hey, first off, she's from the Bronx. BX stand up.
Stop it.
She becomes the librarian for the Sanctorium. She also is a teacher at the Doom Academy. She also becomes a teacher in Carmitage as well. And also, if you guys want to pick up her first appearance is in 2015, Doctor Strange volume number 4. Okay, so if you guys want to pick up that, and she also appears in all of the 616. So she's a main continuity character for the 616. So this is about doing your research about this, because if you want to do your research about this character, the way it ties into everything else, you might get your Strange. This is where you get your Strange tie-in. This is where you might get your Doom tie-in. Because I know cold-heartedly that we're not going to see the last of her.
Oh, definitely not, because she was in the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're definitely probably most likely going. But I really did like that scene where they went to that next dimension, and they were trying to figure out, because Riri was doing everything to try to figure out how that hood worked, and nothing was working. And one thing that I liked is that we know that she's smart. She's a genius. I like that part when she was inside of Zeke's lair, and we didn't talk more about him. When she was laying on the floor with Natalie, and she was sitting there, and she had a moment of clarity and said, "I can't figure this out." I like that she said that because she looks like she went through all of her options. That just shows you right there she's flawed, and I love she was a flawed character. That she didn't know everything, even though she thought she tried to feel like she did, but she didn't. She went through all the scenarios that she could to try to figure out how that would work, and nothing was working. But it also goes into the thing of the clash between science and magic, which I'm glad you talked about on the show as well.
And also, we also have the family aspect of it. Every teenager goes against and bucks up against their parent. She bucked up against her mom.
Oh, and that part outside when she said, "If you don't want me to lie to you, then stop asking me these questions."
Yeah, I see. Any other mother with your teeth would have been down your throat.
You'd have lost.
This is where it gets very Disney and whatnot.
Yeah, that's the Disney part. I agree with you. That's very Disney. That's very Disney. You ain't gonna talk to your mama like that.
But I also I'd like to point out that and this is what I'm saying about I like this part of the show. Things don't start to come together until she starts to reconnect with her family.
Yeah.
When she reconnects with mom, when she reconnects with Natalie's brother, and when she starts to get the support from the family, is where things take a different turn for her. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and this is why I keep saying with the Saved by the Bell thing, because it's like this is what teens go through. They have this talent, and they, they're not sure what to do it. People keep telling them how good they are, but they don't know what that's supposed to mean, and they end up doing things that we're like, well, why would you do that? You're a genius. Like, yeah, I'm a genius, but doesn't mean I know what to do every moment of the fucking day.
And even with the family aspect, she was the piece. I like that the pieces of the puzzle were starting to come back together for her, but the one major piece that was missing had to be shown to her in a memory through her AI, and that was her having a special bond with her stepdad. That part where they were dancing, I like that, because that was the part that she needed, because you could tell how emotional she got. You know how with her mom, she was emotional, but she wasn't vulnerable with her mom. She was vulnerable and emotional with her stepdad. That's who she felt she had the biggest bond with. And so when Natalie showed her that best memory of her, which you can tell, because she literally was trying to hold back the tears, but she couldn't. She was even trying to fight. She was even trying to fight through that, but she couldn't do it.
Ain't that a positive black role model father figure?
Yes,
oh Lord,
yes.
Doesn't that tie in?
Calm down. You're gonna piss off a lot of people. Calm down.
Doesn't that tie in?
And then after that,
he was a good dude, and he was a good fucking dude. And then he died with no purpose of his own. He wasn't a fucking gang member. He wasn't a gang banger. He wasn't hustling in the street. He owned a fucking mechanic shop, and out of a fucking pure coincidence, a bullet don't have a fucking name on it, and he gets shot.
And her friend.
And the friend, yeah.
But no, it's not a positive role model, because we don't have black fathers in the fucking household.
And then after that, that's when clarity came for her, and her mom and Natalie and all of them came together to take apart that car and build her new suit. Which, by the way, that new suit is fire.
It looked really good.
Suit is fire. It looks
I question taking apart an old car and getting a suit that looks like that, but no, the car was fucking dope. Even I was kind of like, you ripped apart muscle car. It kind of made me sad.
But that's also one of her characteristics is the ability to build what she needs almost out of everything. So I would not be surprised if at some point this turns into a nanotech type of thing with her, with either maybe through the magic itself, the magic plus her scientific brain and stuff becomes some type of nanotech and whatnot.
I want to go back to the Whitecastle part. Like, that's the part with her dealing with the twins. You're making me mad. No.
Oh,
please.
The part.
Squirrely, son.
Stop.
Squirrely.
She can't fight.
She didn't fight. She didn't fight.
No, I'm not talking.
All she did was survive.
All right, go ahead, Torian. I don't want to go.
The part where she used that canister and torpedoed that chick in the chest and made her fly back. That and the thing is, she had to do quick thinking with that in order to make that. And let me just tell you something right now. I have been to Whitecastle before. I have never seen a technologically advanced Whitecastle like that. I mean, they had the.
I go to Chicago, bro. I go to Chicago, bro. Chicago, son.
Yeah.
We got arms here too in New York. We got arms here in New York too, bro. I hate to tell you.
And then on top,
Whitecastle only got like 2 people in it.
And then after, but I thought it was dope too because once she ran out of the Whitecastle, Slug was coming after her in the truck, and Natalie was back there cutting herself out of the thing, and then the back of the truck blew up, and then she came and ran and grabbed her, and then they did the thing and knocked the truck over. So I thought what was funny though was the fact that I said it's a reason why they call Whitecastle the cleanser. The fact that she threw up after eating that Whitecastle was spot on because that is exactly what Whitecastle will do to you.
Well, actually, they did that the nice way.
Yeah,
they call slide burgers.
They call them sliders.
They call slide burgers because they slide
right out
the other way.
I wanted to mention something real quick. So I haven't been peeking at the Instagram. I wanted to give a shout out. Speak on It Comics. Charles, appreciate you, bro. He had these couple comments to say about Ironheart. It's called Story Arc, and it's called Story Arc. And Riri is a sassy character due to her depiction and how she felt people viewed her. It's a valid point. It's a valid point. She probably felt like people were looking at her a certain way. I mean.
And the thing is, you got to think this girl was at MIT doing homework assignments that even had her professor stumped. So of course she's going to think she's the shit. Mm-hmm. I think anybody who has that level of genius is going to think that. After all, look who her mentor is, Tony Stark. That guy was as egotistical as they came.
He fought with the Avengers tooth and nail before he joined the Avengers because he thought he was more right than everybody else. Right. People forget that he was so arrogant that he almost didn't want to save the fucking world. That's how arrogant he was.
Yeah. And then on top of that,
he was so arrogant he created Ultron.
He created Ultron, right? I was gonna say he created Ultron,
and he stood 10 toes down and going that shit like, no, man, this is right.
He did not get and Tony did not get his moment of clarity until Civil War when that mother came and told him that, look, I lost my son in Sokovia. This was his name. Here's his picture. And then that's when he realized, oh shit, I really did fuck up. Like, that's what it took for you? Wow. Yeah. After all that, not everything before, but that right there was your wake-up call, even though you caused so much destruction before that and didn't care.
And I just find it funny that people think that because you are a genius that somehow everything just comes to you easily and you know everything. Exactly. I saw some geniuses comment about the fact that she's a genius but she's still broke. She's a genius when it comes to mechanics and science and tech. She's not a genius of finance. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a genius at something doesn't mean that you're a genius at everything and whatnot. So just like people's application of a thing falls way too far into fantasy sometime. And now because she's a genius, she's supposed to just know how to hack and steal. Well, that's a stereotype. She had to join a gang who was already stealing, but because she joined the gang, now it's a stereotype because she's part of a thief, a ring. Like, it's just knock it off. You know, it's a story arc.
For straws.
She starts one point and she's going to end up at another point and she's going to do a whole bunch of things in between. It doesn't mean that she can't end up still a hero. And as we said 1,000 times, a lot of Marvel characters fall back and forth across that fence doing shit.
Well, if she made a deal with Mephisto, she might already be done.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
she might already be done.
What I was gonna say is, I have a problem with the way it ended, and I believe she made the deal, but I believe she made the deal in arrogance of thinking I can beat him at this.
I can beat him at it.
I'm better than the Hood. I'm better than the Hood is. Mm-hmm. I'm smarter than him. So I'm gonna make this deal, but I'm gonna be able to get out of this because I'm gonna be able to outsmart him.
But that leads you into the whole thing, right? Of like, well, the magic that she got, would it really have been able to combat Mephisto Potentially, no. Mephisto's fucking Mephisto. That's the point.
And the
by the way, can we just give a shout out because I love the fact that he was like Dormammu. I was like, whoa. He said I wipe my asshole. I was like,
it wasn't just a regular asshole. He couldn't wipe my
glorious asshole. I would, but again, I think we mentioned this last week. Traditionally speaking, Dormammu is stronger than Mephisto. Just say so. That to me was like a Dormammu stronger than you. Shut the fuck up type of moment.
But also, one thing that I like too was when the Hood was like talking to him like in that closet where he has the Hood at, and he was trying to come at him, and then Mephisto looked back at him and said, "Who the hell do you think you're talking to?" And his voice just went from here all the way down here. He was like, "Remember who gave you these powers? Like, know your place. Do not try to run up on me."
I thought that for PG-13 or whatever what is it? 14, TV 14. They did a really good job of depicting the evil taking over the Hood's body. Him tattooing himself, putting scars on himself, being taken over by the darkness. Like, I thought all that got depicted. Now, granted, you only got it in the last, 2 episodes, really. Because up until that, you just kind of saw the tattoos and this, that, and the other. You were kind of like, okay, something's happening, but I don't really know. And then they ramped it up at the end.
And did you also peep how he kept himself submerged under that ice water for 11 minutes?
For 11 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, because he disappears every time he holds his breath. That's how he disappears.
Right?
And also, too, let me just say, a character, while minor, wasn't shit the entire time that they was in the scene, is the Hood's dad. Threw that boy out of the house at the age of 12 and flat out said, "Oh, because I didn't want you." Well, goddamn.
Well,
talk about positive role models.
He basically told him he was a liability after his mom died. That's crazy.
Well,
character
but he made sure to get that house though. He got the deed to that house and all that stuff with the company. He made him sign. He said you can sign in ink or in blood, but you won't sign one way or another.
I thought the Hood stood out the whole time for me. I thought he was kind of cool. Anthony Ramos did his thing the whole fucking time. I thought he was cool the whole time.
Are you saying that just because they're from New York?
No. I'm saying that because I thought he was dope. I'm saying that because I thought he was dope.
The actor who plays his father is a fucking really good fucking actor.
Good actor.
Yeah, he is.
He must be real good. He must be real good because he convinced me not to like him in just the 5 minutes that he was on screen.
He's a real OG. He's been in a lot.
He's been in a lot of shows.
All right, I want to try to jump around to some of these comments. I know we got a bunch of them. Hang on.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm just gonna put it out. Brother Man did not like the show, so you're gonna see comments saying he did not like the show at all. How does the Hood take Joel Ezekiel out of jail and no police come looking for him or anything? It's called plot armor. It's called plot armor. No, I don't know who you're gonna come. Like, what would happen if the cops came in and they were gonna fight? They were gonna fight Ezekiel. Like and the Hood, what were they going to do?
Joe?
They were going to get shot. They would have got killed.
At this point, once Ezekiel adds the bionics to who he is, he doesn't even look like the person that they're looking for. So they would be looking for him, but they wouldn't have been looking at him and whatnot. So. Yeah.
By the way, I also had to do a little bit of a dive. The way they portrayed Ezekiel towards the end is actually pretty comic accurate. To my understanding, he looked like he did. Like he looked like he had shit in his arms and he would like spew electricity and shit like that. Like I was like, okay, cool.
And he did. And let me just say this: that I think he did probably one of the best superhero landings off of that roof of Whitecastle.
The roof of Whitecastle.
Not only the leap off of it, but he did a flip and landed just like perfectly. Anyone else, them knees are shattered.
He's waited all his life for these moments.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Brother Man said Ironheart is not a superhero show. Period. Horrible depiction. I mean, like, she didn't really appear. I get what he's saying. She didn't really do anything heroic, except for stop the Hood. Like, but technically speaking, like, she took one criminal off the street. Like, it really wasn't like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't really do anything heroic.
Like I said,
I get it. Protecting her family and friends.
Yeah. Well, I got that part of it, but also like as far as being a hero, you protected your own personal well-being, like your own personal.
Wakanda?
Well, but that's not in the not in the show.
It's an action.
It's not depicted as. She's the character, right?
It is. I get
it. It is Ironheart, right? It's her in the suit, right?
She was also weird in Wakanda. I'll be honest with you.
She helps Shuri defend.
One thing
right?
It was weird. And then she borrowed a suit and then brought it back. Like I don't know.
One thing that I also did was it was a full circle moment between her.
She got the suit from her. It was taken from her.
I guess
they only sent the car back.
I always thought that Riri's depiction of Wakanda Forever was kind of off, though. She kind of just felt like an added character to me. Like honest, the whole time she felt added into that storyline. But I guess that was for this because Ryan Coogler was going to executive produce this as well. Honestly, but I don't.
But I realized that there was a full circle moment between Riri and Zeke because remember she told him that he had to start standing up for himself. With him dealing with the neighbor, and then like a couple episodes later, when she realizes that when she feels she's exhausted all of her options, she says we need to leave Chicago. So basically, you was about to do the same thing that he was once doing.
The part that I liked about the show is that when they told her, "Oh, why don't you call Shuri?" And she explained to her, what I'm going to tell her that I've been working with a criminal, that I've been doing this, and I get kicked out of school. I got this, and I got that. Shuri is her role model.
Her role model. Yeah, she's supposed to be her role model. I get that. That makes sense.
So,
let's see here. I agree. The choreography for the fight scenes were not good. The Ironheart versus Hood scene was decent. The choreography for the fucking fight scenes were horrible. The whole show. I'm not hearing differently. They were bad. The whole fucking show had bad fight scenes. All of them. Every single one. Like
love
even
the
Hood one.
scene.
Even the only thing I liked about the Hood one was when you could see him like changing into like a demon during the fight. That was the only cool aspect.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that part. Like that part kind of.
You didn't like how she outsmarted him again.
A hologram. I've never seen that. Yeah, never seen it before.
That was the time right there with the magic.
It works on Thor all the damn time, don't it?
Yeah, I know. That's my point. Never saw a hologram cheat a character before. Never once in Marvel.
But I do like though when he. I do like though because the thing is he thought he was outsmarting her because he had the magic and she had the tech. But I like the fact that she was able to produce that ring with the symbols on it that looked like the room, but it's not the room. Yeah. And she slammed it into the ground and she was able to reveal him. And that was actually AI. That was the AI doing that, and it was still able to reveal who it was. And then when she outsmarted him, and that was the mixture of the AI with the magic. So and she was able to finally get the hood off of him.
Aaron was definitely right about those girls. Let me explain something to y'all. I'm not going to crash out about it. Not a single fight that they did I believe. I didn't believe they were hired muscle a single fucking time. Not one.
Sure were,
no, stop.
It worked out every day.
I'm not. Nope. Not doing it. Nope. Not doing this again. Nope. Not fucking doing it. No way.
Like I said,
no shot in hell. No powers. No nothing. To normal people.
Normal people shit, bro.
Not doing it, bro. Nope.
TV-14.
Protein.
Great.
TV-14. Saved by the Bell for girls. For in that age bracket. Is where it's believable. For us, never.
Yeah, great.
Wait, bro.
They got trapped in a green bubble. Congratulations.
Because they got stupid, son.
Stupid. Beat the hell out of 10 grown men. Got trapped by a bubble.
Well, I ask you this, Aaron. I ask you this, Aaron. If you had the opportunity to protect yourself from a bullet with a bubble like that, would you have that watch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That part of it for me was believable because
that part was believable. Yes, I agree.
Smart.
She outsmarted them. Agreed.
Yes.
She outsmarted them.
Yeah, that's all she could do.
Fully agree with you. Every
other
fight,
man. When the little short-haired one gave it a fucking Sparta kick, bro, I was like, God damn.
I ain't gonna hold you though.
She should have been knocked out.
Yeah,
thank you. That was gonna be my point. She Sparta kicked her ass into a deep fryer, and she got right back up. Okay, all right, cool. Sounds good.
She blocked most of that.
How much does Riri weigh?
Like 140 pounds soaking wet.
Okay, so
literally.
how much does the flashlight brigade weigh?
Those two clowns?
No, the flashlight brigade. The ones that they were whooping their ass.
They were grown men.
Doesn't matter. They were flashlight
grown
cops.
men. Yeah, they're still 200 plus pounds a piece.
And a 200 pounds jaw move an inch to the left or the right, can it?
Bro, I'm not, bro.
That's all it takes, bro.
All it takes, bro. 10 pounds of pressure. That's it. 10 pounds of pressure, left or right.
If you would have told me this is my muscle and they are competitive bodybuilders, I would have been like, okay, cool, great. They're two normal fucking chicks with cut off sleeves and short haircuts.
They're not normal, bro.
Stop. They're not. What are they?
So
are they enhanced? Are they super soldiers?
No, wait,
what are they?
So all the girls that fight in the UFC, they're just normal too, right?
But they can't whoop most grown men's
they're all
asses.
Normal,
they're not UFC fighters.
Holy shit! They're not straight fighting in this. Where did the UFC start from, brother?
Brother, did I see credentials of these chicks? Are they UFC fighters? Are they UFC fighters? Are they UFC fighters? Are they UFC fighters?
Answer the question, Aaron. Where did the UFC start?
What? In the street. Great. Awesome.
Bare knuckle, right?
Sure. Awesome. Great.
That's all I need to tell. That's it.
Okay. That don't mean shit to me. They're not UFC fighters. They're not. They're two normal people who grew up in the streets of Chicago. They're normal people with cut-off sleeves and supercuts haircuts. Congratulations. Like, what the fuck does that mean to me? I don't care.
In fight clubs.
Okay. Grown men with tasers and fucking flashlights. Great. Take it out. 10 at a time, by the way. A group of them. Not one or two. A group of them. Stupid. It was stupid. It was stupid is what it was. It was stupid.
It was 5-on-5, 5-on-1.
It was fucking stupid. It was 5-on-2, and they took them all out. It was stupid. Stop. The other, wait, stop. No, because now you're really getting me mad. The other girl who made the tech shit and did bombs, it was more believable that she could take them out using her bombs than the other two chicks who were hired muscle could come in and take them out. Because at least I could believe that she made a device that would take out the other grown men, not the two fucking chicks. Yeah, exactly. Not two normal people. Oh my God. Oh my God, they had flashlights. They had their arms.
These two were based on villains from Iron Man comics, man. They were banned from sports because of their unsportsmanlike conduct. Like, they were just too fucking rough. They ate too much steroids and they were fucking people up.
No, they didn't.
In regular, yes, they did. Yes,
I got no credentials for those two chicks. None.
Yes, they did. They was whooping ass, bro.
Zero.
You saw them in all 6 episodes. Just ask.
And I believe not one fucking fight scene. Not one. Good.
Come on, son. You have to do.
Are you beating any of them in arm wrestling match?
No.
You gotta be.
I will arm wrestle both of them at the same time and win, guaranteed. Yes, I would. Both at the same time. They are 170 pounds, soaking wet. I am as big as them. Stop. Stop.
You would lose because they would cheat.
I wouldn't.
That's the problem.
I wouldn't.
They would whoop your ass before you. They say go.
The two of them would be beating Aaron with his own arm, bro.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. They would. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Man, you got Google them, son. Google them.
I am. I'm Googling them right now.
Banned from every
right now.
Every last one of them.
When we do
because now we've gone to Calamity, so I'm doing this now.
We can now add this into the top Aaron crash outs of the year.
This is what we hear.
This is added in here.
Let's see here.
All right, what other fucking comments we got?
Let's see. No, fuck that. No, fuck those comments.
Now he
fuck those comments.
Now he wants an IMDb their fucking resume now.
Let's see here. Yeah, I am. That's right. Let's see.
Blood siblings. Get them. Look for them.
Let's see here. Zoe Tarax. Let's see. Zoe Tarax is fucking 5'5", 170 pounds. I will clothesline her into her fucking dreams.
First
Stop.
off, we're talking about
Stop.
a Marvel fictional character, brother.
Yeah, exactly. My point exactly. Make them
you have to
believable.
so you have
5'5", 170. Okay, cool. Muscle, by the way.
Wait. We're talking about a fictional show, and you're looking up their real life.
Right.
Brother.
No,
Okay. Let me. Wait. Let me explain something to you then. Cool. You know what I want? If you're gonna do that for hired muscle in Marvel, then I want you to hire Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax from WWE. That's who I want in that role. That's believable. That's fucking believable. Not these two fucking dum-dums. Stop. I'm so serious. You think I'm lying? I'm so serious.
But
I'm not laughing at you.
They can't be the blood siblings at that point, man.
Great.
It's two different people.
Great. I don't even care. They're so not believable.
Both of those girls are faster than you, Aaron.
Great. As soon as I catch one, they're getting fucking clotheslined. As soon as I catch one, they're getting clotheslined.
I'm never going to catch either one of them, bro.
All right. Yeah. The last time I checked, they were muscle. They're not running. They're running into battle. I would love to see that. I'd love it. Anyway, I'll stop now. I couldn't stand those two girls, please. I can't. Riri doesn't know how to fight as well, so what the hell? Exactly my point. She didn't know how to fight that whole scene and then trapped him in a bubble. And I think it's stupid. Either way. I actually said that on the show about the Jackie Chan moves. No, she is smarter than them. I gave her that. Let's see here. I liked everyone's character except Riri. Very poor. All right. I guess. I don't know.
That's how you feel, you know.
I guess. I didn't like a lot of other characters.
So you like so that means he liked the characters that you just went in on for like the last 10 minutes.
Probably. That's cool. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
because that's part of everyone except Riri. Just saying.
So Riri was able to build her most advanced suit in one day with a car, her mom, her man crush, dead AI friend, and a 12-year-old boy.
No, not in one day. It wasn't in one day. It wasn't in one day. It was multiple days. It wasn't because if you look at it, they're wearing different clothes each day.
Yeah.
Like they're not wearing the same clothes the same first day. It was multiple.
It had to be. It was just one day for us.
For us,
technically about 10 or 15 minutes, but it wasn't one day for them.
Yeah.
I like the show because it was deeper on some levels with character development. At least somebody said it.
I agree, Drake. I agree.
There was more to the story about Stewart's death.
Rampage? Damn it.
Well, the thing we found out is that the Hood took him out, and he didn't die from a drug overdose because the autopsy determined that was a lie, because they said he didn't do drugs.
Yeah, but they knew that.
Ironheart never went up. Sean, bro, we get it. You didn't like the show, man.
Well, look, here's the thing. Did they ever?
I thought it did get better.
I didn't even hear the word Ironheart yet.
No, I don't think it did. Honestly, I don't remember. Ironhead from when the wrench dropped on her head in the episode.
That was it.
That was the only reference I got. But outside
that was it.
Dre Max Oshed. I agree. It's relatable to me also. It's gonna be relatable to some people. It's not gonna be relatable to some people. That's how the fuck this shit gonna go.
Yeah, this is what it is, man.
Nothing about this show says superhero. I can understand the aspect though. Like I can. She didn't do much heroic. I like that. It was more like selfishness in the beginning, and then like protecting her own personal at the end,
and then selfishness at the end,
and then kind of selfishness at the end, depending on how I guess I get. So I mean, I can get that aspect. Honestly, I'm not disagreeing with it completely. I actually watched with an open mind, but it's the delivery. Okay, bro, it didn't deliver for some people. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you about if it delivered for you or not. That's perfectly fine. You're entitled to your opinion on if the show sucked, and I get it. It wasn't perfect. It was far from perfect. It was far from perfect.
Let's be like the internet. Let's be like the internet. No, you have to agree to whatever I say. You have to be on the same page. We have to be on the same tribe. We all have to think alike and walk alike at the same pace. And we all have to agree.
Here's what I will say. I've seen worse Disney Plus than this. I've seen worse Disney Plus.
Oh, yes.
That's completely objective. I've seen way worse. So that's where I come from on it. That's where I stand. It's not perfect. It's okay. It had moments, and it had dumb shit. I don't know.
This is the thing about our panel. This is the one. Wait, hold on 1 second. This is the thing about our panel. We are never all going to agree on the same thing. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes this panel and us all fucking great. because we all have different opinions. We all have different viewpoints on everything. We all fucking still rock with each other. We all still love each other. We all still brothers. But the people, we don't walk lockstep in toe with each other. When it comes to serious business, we do walk lockstep and toe with each other. Don't get that fucking twisted. When it comes to serious shit, we do walk lockstep and toe with each other. But when we have our own opinions on our own feelings on any other show, we all can disagree with each other on a show. But we will never take it to the serious aspect of saying, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot because you don't think about it like me." No, you'll never hear none of that come out of one of our mouths.
Leo loves She-Hulk. The fuck, like,
right. Shit ass show.
And he's the only one up there that likes She-Hulk.
I mean, like, my green baby. She's my green baby.
Love the show.
Sorry, there's a couple more. She's flawed, and that's great character development.
That's what I loved about her. That's what I loved about her.
Why does she have to be perfect? Why does everybody keep acting like Tony Stark was not flawed?
Okay, wait. First off, Chase, name me one character that's not flawed in Marvel or DC.
The whole point of the story is that the character is flawed.
Wait. I'm gonna take it down for this. The most pure character in the MCU was Captain America, and he held a lie for half of the fucking phases. A huge lie about Tony Stark's parents for half of the phases of the fucking shit. Literally the purest character. The purest character in the show held a horrible secret to one of his friends the entire fucking time. Every one of them is flawed in a way. All of them. So, like, sorry, man. Like, that's reality. And then guess what? He was then able to wield Mjolnir. That's a fucking hard phrase to say.
Mjolnir.
I've had too many drinks.
And one too many crashes.
Another.
And her black father was a hero. That's right, he was. I almost cried thug tears. Let's see here. Sammy Davis Jr. was a part of Ocean's 11. Is he a stereotype?
Yeah.
God damn! Don't.
That was a lot. Honestly,
that's a lot.
I'm with brother man. This show is just mid and Brave New World and Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts wasn't bad though.
It's not for us.
But you know
it's
what?
It's not perfect. It's not perfect. That's fine.
Leo drink. This is what. Okay, now I figured out. Now because I was trying to think of what this is what I was trying to think of right quick. I think a issue, especially with this particular show, is that a lot of people. Okay, it's one thing if you said you didn't like it and everything like that, but some people are going out of their way to over dramatize themselves of not liking it to the point where they completely bash it because of obvious reasons. Like, I mean, I think we already know. And then when it bleeds over into that, then that's when it becomes then that's when it becomes an issue. I don't know if y'all saw, it was a video that was going viral, and it had a panel of nothing but white men on there, either from here in the States or even across the pond. When the trailer went out, when the trailer went out, and they were saying, "What's the name of her AI? Shanae, Janiqua, Watermelon Drea," and everything. That's when it becomes an issue, because now you're not talking about or critiquing the show. You're going into a racial area with it. Then that's when, and when you can't separate the two, then that's when I have an issue.
Right. Well, I think that we all have to understand that these people exist, unfortunately, and even a show like Ironheart's not protected or outside of the realm of being critiqued. So I don't think anybody get it wrong. Like, you don't have to like it.
All I'm gonna say is this: don't make me get up here and start pulling up on RDJ's old drug habits.
It's a fact.
And how Terrence Howard had to take a pay cut in order for RDJ to get paid more than what he should have.
It's a fact.
I'm just saying.
Well,
everybody liked my crash out. I'm dying right now. Crash out is real. Aaron's 5'2", by the way. I'm not 5'2".
Short Kings.
Do not start. Come on.
I'm not Polar. You fucking
Let me find out, son.
Polar, I'm officially going to New York Comic Con this year. Show up, I beg you.
See, the lockstep with fuck around.
I love Polar. Actually, he's my favorite low key. Honestly, I love Polar.
Their favorite troll movie. Fucking real.
Get him, Aaron. I'm just glad to have brothers talking movies and not unbuttered biscuit business.
Exactly.
Listen, every Thursday we're gonna be here talking our shit, regardless of what it is, and that's why the algorithm doesn't fucking love us, and that's okay because we're here anyway. It's fine. We're here. So
that's
catch us every Thursday, bro.
It's going to be one for the books, whether it's good, bad, or somewhere in between, but between both good and bad.
I'm telling y'all right now, the thumbnail's gonna be gonna be me punching crypto. So just
Happy coming off the top rope, son.
Aaron.
Off the top rope, son. Macho Man style. Let's go.
We have to have a conversation after the podcast.
I'm joking. God damn it. Relax.
Come on, man.
I'm joking, man.
Organization.
Maybe I'm not kidding.
I'm telling you, by the time y'all are finished watching Superman, y'all are all going to want out and go and adopt or rescue a crypto.
I'm gonna go get a
y'all
stiff drink after this movie.
Y'all gonna be in that movie watching and looking at crypto and saying how adorable he is and how loyal he is.
I'm gonna need a bottle of Mama Wanda after this movie.
That's what y'all gonna be doing when I'm listen on Tuesday.
Oh man,
I gotta say on Tuesday. When I'm watching the movie
Wednesday.
I'm be sitting there saying to myself, I'm looking at the scenes with crypto. I'm like, they gonna be like being like, oh.
Nope.
Sean said, "What happened to the Man Cave Cookout?" Man Cave Cookout. I don't know. We're doing it. You gotta talk to this guy. That guy over there in the corner. The one who you make drink all the time. That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Wait, you come to New York?
Isn't Sean here?
Sean's
here.
in New York.
Sean lives in New York.
What the fuck?
Sean lives in New York.
All right. Sean,
I think Fatal said he was going to be here for Comic-Con, and then I think someone else said they were going to be here. I don't remember. Somebody else said they were going to be here for Comic-Con.
Come and see us. You won't miss us. Trust me.
Yeah, probably
we stand out like we cosplay, but we not.
Leo gonna be a crypto fan after the movie. No, he's not.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
You're good. See, we're gonna sign off anyway. We're getting ready to get out of here. All right,
Leo be a crypto fan. Me, you polar.
All right, listen. We went way over tonight. We're almost at 4 hours podcasting.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're almost at 4 hours podcasting, bro.
Wow,
it's crazy. Yeah,
but we got the people's with us though. Let's go.
Listen. We I just want to give a shout out. We've had like a pretty decent viewing the entire time.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Before we get out of here, Leo already gave his. He gave the show an 8. Let's give Ironheart season our rating out of 10. Everybody else, I know Leo, you're already an 8. You changing that or it's an 8? It's an 8.
Yeah,
okay.
It's gonna stay.
Everybody, I know Torian's on the, maybe I don't know if he's gonna make it back in time. Chase, DZ, what's your out of 10 for Ironheart?
5.2.
5.2 is crazy.
No, it is a 5.2.
All right, that's fair.
But I'm up to a 7.5 because of Mephisto. Let's go.
Because of Mephisto.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I sat there in anticipation. I was like, say your name. Say your name. Say your name. Say your name. And when he said it, I melted. I was like, he's
what
here.
Name?
Mephisto.
I'm going to go. Yeah. I'm going to go with 7.5. Even though the show's really not built for grown men,
for grown-ups,
it still got great quality in terms of the content there. There's still a lot of there's still a lot of lessons in there that he doesn't make a gigantic point to, like, oh look, see, this is why, like, you have to get it and whatnot. And the show still has great potential. You know what I'm saying? Especially to be on Disney Plus. Like, I just don't expect to get what I would get in cinema or on Hulu or something like that on the Disney Plus show. So I'm going to give it 7.5.
I would say for me, a lot of bullshit took me out early. Mephisto raised it up. So I would say it's like a 7. Like, I don't know that I'd ever go back and rewatch it, and I know I'm probably being very in the middle saying that, but like a lot of like I said, I didn't believe a single fight scene. A lot of stupid shit took me out. But like the Mephisto stuff and the family arc of it wasn't bad. My worry is we're now not going to see Mephisto for a number of years after this. I think that's my concern. Is like we saw him, and now when's the next time we're going to see him? And who knows if it's going to happen anytime soon.
He might pop up in another show.
So like maybe, I don't know, but I just don't have hopes of that based on the current slate. You know, but I'd say a 7. Like the last episode, literally, I would have came here tonight if the last episode wasn't what it was. I would have said like a 5. I'm not joking. I didn't like the show that much. It was just okay. And then the Mephisto stuff, I was like, all right, Mephisto's dope. I've been waiting for this. So like, all right, cool. So, Torian, out of 10, shoot.
I gave it an 8.
Give it an 8.
I actually enjoyed the show. Like, it was one of those shows I didn't go in there with major expectations, but I said it has to be a reason why a lot of people are going around review bombing it the way that they are. I said they must know something I don't know. Apparently, they must have seen the show before I did. But then you go in there and look at it, and then it's like, oh, it's not that bad. And that's probably why the ratings for the show kind of went up, because people were saying it wasn't as bad as people tried to make it out to be. We know why you tried to make it to be out that way, but it wasn't that bad at all. Like, I like the story of, like, you know, with the family aspect, them even going into the topic of her anxiety. That part where she was, we didn't talk about this, but that part where she was in the sky and Natalie was telling her, Riri, your heart rate is really high. You need to slow down. And she kept saying, I'm tired. And because the thing is, she kept putting so much on herself, on her back, and not really slowing down and allowing her time to give herself time to rest. And that's the mindset of a genius. They overload their brain with so much because they can't stop learning, and their mind is always going millions of miles a minute, and they just can't stop. They don't know the definition of an off button. They're always on. So I like that they did that. And the fact that when she literally did like an emergency crash landing right there in the middle of nowhere, which looked like a junkyard, she almost collapsed. She almost collapsed in, what was that guy's name, Xavier's arms, because she said she was so tired, and then had to tell him that you know, your sister's here, but she's in the form of an AI, and then he went off on her too. So the guy that she likes is going off on her, and Natalie, her AI, flew away from her because she felt like she didn't defend her. And now she's all alone again. So I like that they pointed out, because again, like I said, one of the major points for me is that she's a flawed character, and that makes for a good person to come and rise up and do what they feel they need to be done. So even with how they ended the show, it leaves it very open-ended, because they're basically saying we're going to see her again. When, we don't know. So, and then I guess we'll see from there what's going to happen with her character. So I really didn't have that too much of an issue with the show. I do agree that some of that crew was weak. I think the only two people that had personality out of that whole crew was the girl with the bombs and Slug. I think they were the only two that had great personalities out of that entire crew. Outside of that, I really didn't have any problem. The CGI for this show was actually really good. And that's saying a lot for a Disney Plus show, because some of their CGI just be kind of off.
That part.
I would agree.
But other than that, I enjoyed the show.
I also just want to mention before we get out of here, because we're already pushing 4 hours, so screw it. I forgot to bring up my slide. So Ironheart become the 3rd highest rated MCU project based on Phase 5 of Rotten Tomatoes. What I will say is, I'm going to caveat that because apparently there were a bunch of reviews that were removed for the review bombing stuff. So where it really sits as far as a Rotten Tomato score, it's at 86 as of today. And the audience score is at 53. That's as of today, by the way. I literally looked that up before we got on. So audience score is pretty low. I don't know. I mean, like, take it for what it's worth. And then I wanted to post the 2 images of Mephisto, because they avoided mirrors and stuff in the show, because if you see him in a mirror or a reflection, it looks like Mephisto. So I thought it was pretty dope. So you know, I hope he doesn't disappear for a number of years, but that's my fear at this point. So
you'll see him back in Doomsday.
You think so?
I wish
that'd be dope.
I wish he
trimmed
the beard down a little bit, though. I think the big bushy business was.
No, one thing that got me
that was a bit too rough.
I thought Sacha Baron Cohen looked great. I thought he acted
not too wild. What
got me was when he was talking to the Hood for the first time when they first met inside of that pizza spot, and that family was back there talking. He was so distracted. Mephisto just gave him one look, and the whole family froze, just with a look. Just with one look, and the whole family frozen. When he had put the hood on for the first time, he said, "How do I look?" He said, "Honestly, you look like shit." So I thought
when he froze that whole pizza shop, he said, "I can do it to the whole city if you like."
He was so excited. He said, "You know what? I can do it to the whole city if you want to." Like, he was so excited, like so maniacal when he said it. And on his way out the door, he just snapped his fingers and everything just cut back on.
He also, in that last scene with Riri, he made it known, like, just in case you were wondering if Riri's new magic powers would be able to combat him, he took her out of the suit. He was like, by the way, he said, you don't want to sit at this table with your Transformer costume on. He just got around.
Transformer.
That was a power move. He was like, just in case you were thinking about doing something stupid, I'm just gonna let you know. Fuck around and find out real quick.
And the funny part is, the way she energized that suit was from his realm. His realm.
Yeah.
So it's his power.
And even what I thought was dope when he was having a conversation with her, like I said, he was switching the accent up. And then not only that, but he was talking to her physically with his mouth movement, but he was also communicating with her telepathically without even saying anything. And he was saying things before she could even say it. Like, he knew what she was going to say before she said, because like he's like reading her mind and her thought. Like, that just shows you how OP Mephisto is. And this is just a taste of what we seen.
You also got to realize he has Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
He took her, so he has all her. He has all Natalie's memories.
When they powered the suit up and she glitched, and they said AI not found. That's because he has her.
Yeah. Sounds like you need a. I saw a theory out there that somebody was saying that Mephisto was what's her name? Who Wongers? What's her name? Fucking Madison. Yeah, like Madison was being manipulated by Mephisto to get Wongers under control, and I was like, damn, that'd be fucking crazy.
No, what got me too was when he was talking to the hood inside of that closet, and he was saying, he said, "Well, I have a whole bunch of other clients," and I'm sitting here saying to myself, how many clients do you have, and who are they?
As many as
counted them out. He counted them out.
How many did he say?
My man said he had like 3 popes. Like 16. My man had a resume.
Yeah, he said he had like 3 popes, 14 something else, and he said and a beetle, Ringo.
And a beetle, Ringo.
I forgot about that. Oh man. All right, listen, we got to get out of here. Almost 4 hours. Listen, guys. Public service announcement next week. Superman out of the theater reaction. Catch us Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. It should be fun if you guys are a fan of the channel. You know how much we hate DC, so it should be a lot of fun.
DC, love them.
I put it in quotes.
You know how much we already got a whole fucking list of haters. So
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, next week, Superman out of the theater reaction Thursday, and then obviously 2 weeks after that, we got a Fantastic Four. There's a lot of anime in between, so maybe we'll jump around and talk about some anime because there's a lot of anime that came out.
The official kickoff of Phase 6.
So I was going to say, Phase 6 is here, summer's here, anime's here. So catch us every Thursday. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us all night. We had a great crowd. Thank you guys so much. 4 hours. I know it's a long one. Hopefully we don't talk about Superman for 4 hours next week. We'll see how that goes.
Well, depends on how good or bad it is.
I'm taking notes, son.
We'll catch you guys next week in 175. Peace.
Hello, monkeys.
Oh, God.
Pull up to the man cave. Pull up to the man cave.